You hear Vanore talking trash before the match even gets underway. Thinks that he has what it takes to bring home the gold to the Golden Era. You see Marvelous. Marvelous has not batted an eyelash. The intensity in the face of Marvelous says it all. The most coveted thing that he has ever held on to was stripped away from him in that ladder match, and goal!
And look at that. A pump kick right to the outside, and now Vanore charging in. And already the pace quickening here.
And that's what we'd love to see here in the middleweight division of the MFPW.
Wheelbarrow now leg trip.
Oh!
Right hand to the, and Alexander and Marvelous picking up
Wait a minute,
Vanore
flies!
Over the top to the outside, and Sean Vanore showing he wants this.
I think all three of them want it, Burgundy. And these three are willing to go through hell and back, like you said, to capture that middleweight medallion. It's a matter of who wants it more. And right now, all three of these men are putting their bodies on the line for themselves, for their pride, and for the MFPW crowd.
Moonsault from the top to the outside.
And there is your middleweight medallion holder, Alexander. In control of this matchup, throws Vanore back into the ring.
You can see just vicious right hands from both, and now Vanore and Alexander working together for just a moment. Wait, schoolboy roll up two, and no!
Alexander just gets the shoulder up. Wow! Impressive.
Kip up into the cutter. Could this do it here, too? And
I'll tell you what, I think Marvelous is out to prove one thing, even more than to capture that MFPW middleweight medallion. He's out to hurt and dismantle Alexander here tonight. I'm telling you.
Well, there's been no love lost between the two here. Back body drop telegraphed. Now a head of steam here from Alexander underneath.
Wow!
What a flip.
Oh, wait a minute. Marvelous scouting Alexander.
Wait, standing switch now. Alexander with the waist lock. Elbows to the right side of the head. Now standing switch again.
Vanore driving that shoulder into the midsection of Alexander.
Double sunset flip.
That's going to do it.
German suplex. Two.
Impressive show of athleticism by all three of these combatants here tonight.
And looking for that handspring cutter. It was scouted. Knee right to the face.
Ooh, and knee right to the spine. And I'll tell you what, we are seeing a darker side of Marvelous.
Forearm and a chop over to Alexander. Now whipped over into Vanore.
Ooh.
Hits the forearm and the chop on Vanore as Alexander moved out of the way.
Wow. Oh! Splash.
Rolling splash two, and
oh! Did you see the lag and how long Marvelous was able to stay perched on the back of Alexander's neck?
That was like a running galaxy breaker almost. And now forcing Alexander into the corner. And Marvelous is in control here in this middleweight medallion match.
And the historic rivalry continues as Marvelous, showing a little bit more of a mean streak here tonight, drives that foot right into the face of Alexander.
Suplex and a beauty, floats over, a little slow to do so, hooks the leg, 2-0.
And the champion kicks out. And I'll tell you what, it's do or die here tonight for Daniel Alexander, because although he proved himself worthy in the ladder match, he's got to be a fighting champion. You heard Davey Bly talk about it just moments ago about the MF Arena Championship. Well, that rule applies for all champions here in the MFPW, and right now it's Marvelous on the offensive. Wait a minute.
Well, Vanore trying to negotiate a bit of a partnership here, trying to team up on the champion, and Marvelous agreeing with it for the moment.
I'm telling you, Burgundy, it's that darker side of the light that we are witnessing here tonight as Vanore and Marvelous, for the time being, teaming up to go against Alexander. And I'll tell you what, man, I'd be hard-pressed to say. Well, speaking of hard-pressed, Burgundy. Oh!
Double suplex.
Marvelous goes for the cover.
Marvelous
Oh, there. And just like that.
Oh, that didn't last long.
And Alexander now trying to fight his way back into this matchup, but he's got to overcome the numbers game and the odds if he stands a chance here tonight. Vanore now whips Alexander into the turnbuckle. Vanore says, watch and learn.
Shoulder first into the post.
Alexander able to roll out of the way, takes out Marvelous. Vanore to the outside apron as Alexander in control. Oh!
Jumping knee has him staggered.
Big punch by Alexander, but doesn't send Marvelous to his back, only gets him off his feet for a moment.
There's the sling blade.
Alexander gets all of that one, goes for the cover. No,
leg.
Vanore able to break up the count. And Burgundy, we knew this was going to be a seesaw matchup, but man, the action is intense, and I didn't think it was going to be this nuts.
And it's hard to say whether Marvelous would have kicked out, and that's something to note here is that while Alexander is the middleweight medallion holder, he has never pinned Marvelous. And you wonder if that's a motivating factor. Even here's the champion, is a tornado DDT.
With the help of Marvelous.
And now, handspring stunner, but wait a minute, falling on the shoulders too. And Vanore with the awareness to make the save, but almost spelling disaster for himself.
Yeah, it took a little too long to showboat and gloat about his achievement and accomplishment. Almost lost the entire thing here tonight. And now you see the pain etched on the face of all three combatants. And listen to this Paulsboro crowd, Burgundy.
Knife edges everywhere.
Alexander seeming to be the more dominant, but now it's Marvelous back on the attack. Drives the forearm right into the chin. And now Vanore trying to show some fight of his own. Has Marvelous rocked. Nice blocks by Alexander.
Spinning back kick.
Oh! Super kick, super kick, super kick. Wait a minute. All three, wait a minute.
No, all three of them kick out.
Well, who
was covering who?
Your guess is as good as mine, Burgundy, but all three had the sense enough to kick out on instinct alone. Will it be Marvelous? Will it be Vanore? Will it be the MFPW Middleweight Medallion holder? Will it be Alexander? Oh!
Another spinning back kick. And set up here.
Marvelous trying to go for a reversal, and does! Drives the knees right to the back of the spine of Alexander. Vanore back to his feet. Big spinning back elbow by Marvelous. Has Vanore rocked.
Enziguri as well.
Burgundy. What is Marvelous doing?
He's laying them side by side. Is he going to go for a double galaxy breaker?
Yeah, but why is the official calling for Alexander has Vanore covered? Alexander had Vanore covered, Burgundy.
Well, I was going to say, the shoulder perhaps, I couldn't tell from this vantage point, perhaps the one shoulder was up and the referee didn't make the count.
Or perhaps the referee is just not good at doing his job, but either way, it is Daniel Alexander who's turned Vanore inside out and seems to be in control of this matchup, perched high at the high-red district. Burgundy, could we see Alexander fly?
There's the 2-6-7. 1, 2, and 3.
Impressive victory by Daniel Alexander. Meanwhile, I hate to cut the celebration short here. Alexander has still yet to pin Marvelous.
You had the same thought that I did.